All right, taking a shot to the Puff Responsibly show. To the beginning of July, 4th of July weekend. Everybody be safe. We'll start in 2 minutes. You guys are champs. I cannot finish a shot like that. It's crazy. I have to take half of it.
One and done.
All right. We'll open up the show. Well, what are some things you like to talk about? What are like some personal things you talk about?
I'm super. Everything that I talk about is pretty deep and trauma related. Um,
Mm,
I like typically do a lot of dark humor, and I kind of just always tell my story from like a very, again, unapologetic viewpoint of like, this is what I've been through, and this is how we're making it better.
yeah. Um.
Um, and then on top of that, like the community things, the community events, exactly what bringing people together.
Yeah. What me and Christina was talking about earlier was like a divorce because my parents
Mm.
divorced when I was a kid. Her parents divorced when she was a kid. Um. Your parents together?
Nope, divorced as well.
Well, how old were you at the time?
I was 6.
Okay. I was in fourth grade, so six. You were probably what, kindergarten, first grade, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you understand it at the time? I mean, we're just gonna open up the show with this. Did you understand what was going on at the time?
Yeah, I definitely did because, again, like I said, going back to that trauma,
Mm,
um, my parents fought a lot, so there was a lot of domestic violence in our household.
mm. And you
Um,
you saw it, like you saw it.
I yeah, well, I think they would kind of try to be like they would hide it a little, but I would always hear it. So I
Mm,
have the memories of like laying in bed just hearing it go on.
mm.
And I do right
Check your mic.
before
You good?
right before actually like the last fight that made them finally divorce, we were in a cabin in the mountains in Estes Park,
Mm,
and this was like something we did all the time. And my cousin and I were hiding under the table because they were fighting so bad, and my mom locked my dad out of the cabin.
mm,
And then my dad was like banging on the door calling for me, like, Amber, Amber, open the door. And I think that's like where all my guilt complexes started,
mm.
because I was like, what
And
do
it's
I
cold
do?
in Estes Park, right? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this would have probably been like the summertime,
Okay,
but
okay.
still, like
Right,
you're
right, right, right,
a
right.
little girl and you're like, do I know if I let my dad in, like he's obviously hurting my mom, but I don't want to leave him
Mm,
outside. And that cycle continued for my whole life of like
mm.
saving my dad and forgiving him over and over again.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever been married?
No,
No,
not legally.
not legally.
Not legally. I was with my kid's dad for a long time though.
Yeah, because we were talking earlier. It's like we're at the age now where, for me, it makes it's starting to make more sense, and I can like form better questions to ask my parents, um, and I can understand their answers and shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just asking, like, because I know we had some people on the podcast before that have been through a marriage and a divorce, and they're also a kid that came from a divorce household. So it's like, how does that like how does it, just how does that process, like how do you process it and stuff? Because I don't know. I remember like, did your parents tell you they were gonna get a divorce? Like, did they bring y'all in at the same time, sit you guys down, and like talk about it, or like how'd you find out? I guess as a 6 year old, like,
Yeah, I honestly don't remember. Like,
mm,
I don't remember that part of it. I do remember, I just remember like being separate and like living with my mom. And I remember my dad showing up a lot, like trying to, fix things.
mm,
But then my mom kind of got in another relationship, and then I was like, I want to live with my dad.
mm.
And yeah. So I
That's what
don't,
you did. You moved with your dad.
I moved with my dad, which is crazy.
Why you
But
say that? Why you think it's
well,
crazy?
I'm just like, because I guess like my dad really was more of the abusive one. But when he was like sober, he was really, really good. That's the really hard part about it.
When he was sober, was it drinking or I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to talk about it, but
No, no. It's
yeah,
like I said, I don't have no, that's because it shaped a lot of, what I ended up becoming and a lot of what I'm doing now. So it's important. But I think it was shocking for me like later in life to like now having my own kids. Like if they would have came to me and been like, I want to live with my dad, I would have been like, hell
no.
no. You
How many
know,
kids do you have?
I have two girls.
Two girls.
Hmm.
Young, older, or I mean, you don't have to say it on the camera, but just if you're
They're
comfortable.
they're older. They're
Okay,
over 10.
okay. So you don't have little kids. Okay,
Yeah.
so you can have real conversations with them when they ask questions and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what? And we have really, actually, really deep conversations in our house.
that's good.
Yeah. They're like my little besties for sure.
Do they come to you or you usually go to them?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Yeah.
Mm.
I think, it's like your oldest one always grows up with you too.
What's the age gap?
3 years.
Please. Okay.
Hmm.
Damn.
3 years. And
Dang.
then I have a bonus daughter also, my niece, and she's 21.
Okay.
But so I've kind of experienced raising all of like these different ages already. Like I taught her how to drive already and like how to get a job, and
Mm.
that was challenging
Here,
for
here's the
sure.
here's the real question: would you start over with the new kid?
No. No, I
No.
wouldn't. No. I mean, well,
Damn.
one, I can't have any more kids anyway,
Okay.
but I don't know. I think maybe if I could, then that might be a different question. Because I
Yeah.
feel like if I was in the like right relationship now, it would be different.
Yeah,
Or
that's what I was
like
getting.
experience having like a healthy pregnancy, a healthy relationship, stuff like that. I probably would, but there's always adoption. Who knows?
Yeah, I was adopted. I support adoption for sure.
Yeah. So I guess it's always just open. It's an open. I'm open to whatever at this moment.
Yeah. So you're born and raised Colorado. Um, from Denver. Uh, I think we're probably close to the same age. How have you seen the city? I've only been here a year and a half. How have you seen the city kind of grow since you graduated high school?
Well, for me, it has grown. Well, when I graduated, I was like not in a very good place in my life. Um, so I was like really shut off to the city for a while,
Mm.
and then like I was in a relationship too that was like I was literally just mom, home, and so. But after like I got out of that relationship, I definitely started like expanding into places that were healthier. So now,
This is sativa if you want some.
um, now I feel like the city is growing in a good, a positive way, especially from when I grew up with, like
Mm.
there was nothing positive around when we were really growing up. It
Mm.
was like weird to be, you know, positive in any kind of way.
Yeah. Have you seen the cannabis industry grow a lot?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Have you worked in the cannabis industry?
No,
No. Okay.
no, I've just been a smoker forever, but I've
Now,
just yeah.
forever. When was the first time? Let's talk about this.
Okay,
Let's say a couple questions. How old were you when you first got high?
I was 13.
Okay. Second question. Do you know what kind of weed it was?
No, or well, no, yeah, no, I
No.
have no idea. It's
Was it
like
in?
brickweed back then,
Was
seeds.
okay. And you've always been a smoker since then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except for like pregnancy.
Mm.
That's probably
Okay.
it.
Okay. Um. What's your favorite strain?
I just like more of an indica. Like I'll hit a sativa a couple times, but it's more of like an indica smoker. I don't really
Yeah.
have a favorite strain.
Ooh, I am an indica smoker. I have sativa because I'm gonna just after this podcast, we're gonna do a podcast with her, and just want to try to stay up. But indica is the best. Sativa, like I don't know, it just it's cool. Um, but yeah, I'd rather have an indica at the end of the day. Have some flour too, like the whole wax and other shit is cool, but just give me some flour. Let me break it down, put it in a wrap, and roll it up.
Yeah, I
Let me
agree.
roll it up and smoke it. Which state out here has the best weed outside of Colorado? Who
I'm
would you
like
say?
Colorado, obviously.
Outside of Colorado, let's see.
I'd probably say California,
Mm,
but I think that's probably just because I've spent more time there, so
you
I
used to live
wouldn't
there?
really. No, I've spent a lot of time back and forth there
Oh,
for
okay, okay,
work
okay.
and stuff, but um, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really tell you.
Mm,
So
damn.
I need to go smoke weed in some more places.
I hear Vegas weed's kind of trash.
I feel like that's yeah. I never really had like some bomb ass weed out there. I don't know.
Mm-mm. Do
I
you
drink
ever
my weed now.
you drink
That's what
it?
I was telling
Yeah,
you.
tell us. Yeah, tell us about that. Like, what do you? I know what you're talking about, but tell
Yeah.
the people.
Well, let's look. So I started infusing honey sticks. Okay. So my partner and I, we've been infusing everything because, like I have chronic pain. So drinking my weed sometimes is better because it like hits your bloodstream in a way, your body. So like for the pain it helps. So I started getting more involved into like different ways of consuming cannabis besides just smoking.
Hmm.
So I started doing that, and then we make like the syrups. So I do my hot tea with the honey sticks, or make me a little mocktail
Mm,
with the garden syrup because I've been trying to like lay off the drinking too.
okay.
So I just was like, well, I'll make me a little mocktail and just pull out my little, you know, little mango umex juice, whatever you want.
Mm,
Arizona tea on the go. I don't know, but yeah. So um, that's been what I've been doing with that, and I want to start. I want to throw a high tea party next.
high tea. Yeah.
High tea party. I haven't done that yet. The last tea party that we threw, it was just mocktails
Mm,
because we did like sound bowls first and like a little guided meditation, and then we had a DJ and we got loose. Ratchet tea party. Okay, so but I wanted to keep it sober because I felt like we were doing important work,
of
so I
course.
didn't want to like blur it with getting faded after,
Right. 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 Right.
and I'm more like just conscious partying, like if we're here and we just did like some important work and like opens people up to something new that they've never experienced, like sound bowls,
Hmm.
like guided meditations, I wanted to kind of just like keep that space sacred. So
I respect that.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you work out?
I do yoga.
Okay.
I don't
My
work
real
out a
question
lot.
is like, do you smoke before you do yoga? Do you like is weed a part of like your life in the sense of you just enjoy it, or is weed a part of your life where like you can't do something without hitting some weed or something?
No, I definitely just enjoy
You
it.
just enjoy it.
Yeah, like I love to smoke before I do yoga because it is such a like going inner.
Okay.
And so like in the morning when the sun's coming up and I like to smoke my joint or like have my weed in my
Mm,
tea and then do some yoga, it's like
mm,
a part of my ritual.
okay.
It's like a moment for me to like check in with my body before I get the day started. And then otherwise I don't really smoke throughout the day. Like maybe I'll hit my weed pen like around lunchtime or something.
Yeah.
But then I like when I get home, like, I kind of do the same thing of like unwinding. Maybe I'm making me a drink, or then I'm probably like I'm gonna smoke a blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, put my feet up.
If your kids ever bring like say, "Mom, can we smoke together?" Do you say yes or no?
Now, right now, no,
Mm, okay.
just because of their age.
Okay.
But like with, you know,
Do they know you smoke?
yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah, they know. I'm an open smoker. I do go outside so that, like to respect the house.
Mm,
But uh, they know I smoke. And like that conversation has come up before too.
mm,
Because my daughter is like just a young teen right now. And, I have the conversation with her of like, you need to make sure that you are on your shit. You know, now is not the time to be thinking of that.
mm.
You know, we'll cross that. I like to live everything like a day by day. Like we'll keep crossing that bridge.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, no, not till this number. I don't know.
Mm,
I feel like I look too far ahead. It just works easier for me when I take things one day at a
one
time
day at a
because
time.
I'll get I just, that's how my brain works. I
Yeah.
have to break it down into micro tasks.
Understood. Understood. Yeah, I always think about like if I ever have a kid, would I smoke around my kid or would I try to hide it or would I ever try to like would I introduce it to them before they even ask about it or would I wait till they ask about it? So I just like to talk to parents, see what their perspective is because it's
Yeah,
real life for you. So
right. And I think, like had I sat down and thought about it like you are,
mm,
it would have probably been different.
mm,
Maybe, maybe not. But like, I was a single mom very, very soon. And so I've been a single mom for 13 years.
mm,
So I just kind of had to learn that path as I went. And I feel like as long as you're always leading like with integrity,
mm.
and with your heart, like it is what it is. I
Yeah.
think we all fuck our kids up a little bit, regardless. There's no way around it. We're
Yeah.
all human.
True, true,
We do
true.
the best we can.
That is true. All right, let's switch up the vibe. If you could explore the deep depths of the ocean or explore outer space, safety guaranteed, which one are you doing?
Well, I kind of feel like they're the same.
Mm,
So,
let us know.
as above, so below. I feel like, but I have like a huge, like the ocean draws me crazy, crazy hard. Like I have dreams of like ocean animals and
Mm,
things. So like when I'm in the ocean, like I always really had this dream of like um what is it called, like deep diving.
okay.
When they like basically lose all their breath and they just go to the bottom, and it's like that breathing technique that just, I feel like I would love to do that.
Mm, okay.
And it's crazy because my daughter is like super drawn to space. And she's always like, if I have a chance to go to space, Mom, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to leave you. And I'm like,
Hey, I
yeah.
think
You gotta do what you gotta do, girl.
the coolest fact that I've learned in the past couple of months is that Saturn gained a few or like 100 new moons. So now they have like 200 and like 70 moons. And I said, bro, that just sounds freaky as fuck.
Right? What the
Like
hell?
we look at like imagine looking up in our sky, kind of like Christina, how we were talking about the clouds. Like I tell people all the time, like the clouds out here look different because we're closer to the sky, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, just imagine if we had like 4 moons, how freaky the fucking sky would look. like
Yeah,
I, but
for real. That would be so
because
crazy.
there's some planets that have multiple moons. Like I think we're the only planet that has one moon. I I think. Um, yeah, let's look it up. We have technology. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and how weird. I mean, and when you like, things like that, it's like for me, it's hard to be like, how do you think there isn't any other life out there? Like, it's never
Yeah,
sat right with me ever in my entire life.
jeez. All right, so I'm about to break it down to y'all about how many moons. Oh shit, I was actually wrong. There are planets with no moons.
Mm.
So, um, most total moons. All right, so Mercury has no moons, but I think that's because it's hot as fuck, right? It's too close to, yeah, okay, it says too close to the sun to retain moons. So the sun probably burns them up. It's creepy. Venus has no moons. Also moonless, possibly due to solar tidal forces. Because all a moon is
Ooh.
is some shit that gets stuck in the atmosphere. So I don't know why Venus only has zero. I don't know.
That's all the
Earth,
moon is?
huh? I
Is
think
it?
that's what the moon is. Like I think planets only get moons because they're traveling and then they just get caught in the planet's atmosphere and it becomes their moon.
Hmm.
I mean we can look it up again, but I think that's how it works. Earth, we have one moon. The moon, some da, 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 da. Oh, we said we have some small quasi satellites exist but aren't true moons. They always say satellites and moons are the same thing. I've always wondered about that. Mars has two moons and they have names. Hmm. Jupiter has 95 moons. The
95
most
moons.
massive planet that has many moons, including, okay, Saturn. At the time they had 146. Like I said, they just gained a new like 100 more. But right now, or at this from like this report from last year, 146 moons. That just sounds creepy too. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Uranus has 28 moons, and they all have names too. And Neptune has 16 moons. So we,
That's crazy.
us and
Is it really
Mars are
dark?
like little weird ass planets because we got one or two moons. Everybody else has big ass double digit moons.
That's
But
crazy.
Mercury and Venus has no moon. So does that mean there's no gravitational pull? Because isn't that what a moon is? It just gives like, why are moons important to? I think it's about magnetic something. Let's see. Moons are important to planets for several reasons. Scientifically, da, 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 da. Earth's moons help stabilize the axle, which keeps our climate okay without stability. So yeah, it keeps it stable. It keeps the water kind of settled. I guess if we didn't have a moon, water would be
Mm.
crazy.
Oh.
Um, if we didn't have a moon, the planet would like, excuse me. If we didn't have a moon, the planet would rotate a little bit faster. So I think it is something about magnetic pull. Like it really just kind of changes your planet. Um, yeah, that's kind of wild. I don't know. I would definitely want to explore space. Like I'm an animal guy, so I would think I would want to explore the ocean. But we can't just think that there's no space animals.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's
So yeah, I would
no.
just want to like, I would
There's no
still
like.
want to go like out in space. Safety guaranteed. I'm going in space, bro. I want to see this shit. I want to see if the planet is actually round. The planet round or flat? Let the class know, please. We
I
want
honestly, I don't. I have a hard time explaining this one.
to. Mm.
Like, I know it in my head, but like articulating it is kind of hard for me. My daughter says it really well, but I do believe that the earth is like flat in a sense, but
Hey, let us know. Shit.
also like spherical in the sense that I don't know how to explain it. I can't do it.
It's flat, but it's not like flat like a disc. It has flat like it has roots.
Yes.
Mm.
That may I'm like, okay, hopefully you kind of know what I'm trying to say just because
Yeah,
you
I
get
got
me.
you.
I don't know. I'm just hoping that you get it.
I
So
got you.
you
I
can help
got
me
you.
explain it. But yeah, that's kind of my belief on it.
So it, like maybe it could like
Yeah,
outside of
maybe
this
you
guy's
can explain
face,
that to
this
them.
could be the Earth, but it's like kind of like this at the bottom. Like it's not like yeah, the surface is flat, but there's still stuff at the bottom. Is that what you're trying to say? Like it's still like if you had to draw it out, how would you draw it out?
Like that,
Like that?
and
Like
like
this? It's
also with like the firmament
mm,
kind of, but I feel like that's just more because we do have like the gravity and we are in space that it kind of has to like to keep everything together.
yeah.
But like the surface that we're on,
All right, I got you.
in a sense, I don't
Okay,
know.
so how? Okay, we'll keep it on the spiritual conversation. How what do mushrooms do for you?
Okay, so yeah, my whole journey has started on mushrooms. When I really was like ready to dive into, well, it started with a few different things, but basically, I was on a path of like some like real hate in my heart because of the things that have happened to me. And like, we don't even need to get into that today, but like, I needed something, right? And I went back to like church, tried a different church, trying to find God. I was trying to find something. And then I walked in, I found this book, and this book put me on Radical Forgiveness, by Colin Tipping. But
Mm,
it put me on to just a whole new, because I was raised very religious,
mm,
by the way. So it just put me on a whole new perspective of like looking at like your soul path and why things happen the way that we do, because we need to break cycles. And then I was like, had a homie that was like doing a lot of mushrooms, and he's like, yo, you need to try this. And I was like, all right. Like, I think I had tried it probably in high school, but like on a party kind of mode,
mm,
not like on a spiritual mode. So we sat down and did a big sesh, and I just, kept doing mushroom trips and just having these huge breakthroughs. And like, that's how my whole business was started, because of like visions that I was seeing of like the earth lighting up with red lights all over the earth, the planet. And it was like in representation of just like this feminine healing. And like, we did mushroom trips on the beach in Hawaii under the full moon, like just
mm,
straight laying on the beach, and like just feeling the moon fucking just like beaming on you while you're fucking tripping was like some shit I could
mm,
never explain. It's like I live for those experiences right
mm.
there. Life changing for me.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What about cocaine? You don't have to answer that for real.
Oh
But
God.
I joke about that because when I moved here, and it's like weed is just part of the culture. So it's not like it's something you guys didn't have to really hide or go to the drug man to get. So it's like it's just whatever. So it's like what I found out, just where I've been at, like cocaine is like the social drug.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody like back home, of course everybody does it everywhere, but back home you're not really talking about it. You're not gonna just
Right.
be here and just pull out some and do it back home. You know what I mean? But here it's like, oh, you guys it's just social as fuck. Like
Yeah.
I've been in so many situations around different type of people, different colored people, different background, and it's just like I see it and I'm like, oh, you guys don't hide, well, not you guys, but like people don't hide it.
Yeah.
It's just very social, which is cool, have fun, do your drugs, but it's like, damn, that's something that was new to me, that weed is just kind of like a cigarette out here, like it's nothing. Like everybody has weed, like it's just whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like the cocaine.
No, no, you're 100% right. And I've had this conversation with a lot of different people that are not from here,
Mm,
and they've said the same thing. Like, yeah, we come out here and y'all are just, like passing the mirror around, and no, like, again, I speak super fucking authentically about my whole story, and
mm,
I had started doing drugs at a very young age, and I started doing a lot of things to just self numb. Like, I was, into every vice you could think of, because of I was just numbing. I was either not wanting to feel anything, or I was trying to feel something all the time. Vicious cycles, and patterns of, like, that's a whole nother deep topic. But I did do cocaine and I liked it, and I had to really fucking, and I was always ended up being with a guy who liked it and would
mm.
feed it to me. And it's like they knew always how to keep me, um,
Around.
around.
Mm,
Yeah. And, so it's like that was always a part of the, too. And like, I haven't, like, I swear that shit off now for a while, because, like, I had a moment years ago where I was like, if I ever, fucked around, like, and something happens to me, this shit is cut with so much fentanyl. And I was literally having this conversation today with my mom, because
mm,
I was like, why I have a hard time going to therapy is because I've done drugs with therapists
Mm.
all night long, and they woke up and seen their patients the next day. And so out here, it's like you really do see people from all walks of life, and it's like a routinely thing with them. You know, they go out, they have their drinks, and they have their little sack.
Yeah. Like it's just a real thing. Yeah, it's that and fucking vaping. I see a lot of vapes, a lot of vapes,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of vapes. It's cool, like do your thing, but like I see it, and I think the funny thing to me about the vaping is like when people like just hold it and just hold it all day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, damn, like put it down, put it in your pocket. But no, I just see people like just hold it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's why I don't like. I'm not a fan of like weed pens for two reasons. For one, I just don't like how they hit, and for two, I just feel like I would just be hitting it all the time.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of self control to not do it.
You know what I mean?
Like I have to
So,
just put it away. I'll pull it out when I'm ready.
because I would just.
Because like I will vape too when I drink.
I'll just drink.
When I drink, that's when I'm like, oh, let me hit your vape or something. But otherwise, like it makes my chest hurt, so I don't really vape outside of that. But even with the weed pen though, too, like I said, I have to kind of
That shit kind of
be
hurt.
chill on it because I notice my chest will start hurting after a few days. I'm like,
that shit hurt for real.
you feel like a big old swan. I'm like, oh, that's not normal.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing you've done as far as like have you ever rock climbed, skydived, or like jumped out of a helicopter, a parachute? Like, what's something thrill like that you've done like outdoors?
Um, just I've done like
Paragliding,
cliff jumping. That's about it
cliff
though.
jumping, like into some water or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's about it. I haven't done anything crazier than that. I do want to skydive though. I would skydive. They say
Would you?
that Hawaii has one of the most beautiful skydives in the world.
Sounds like it. You ever been to Hawaii?
Yes.
I've never been. It's nice.
I love it there. Again, I'm like super spiritual on everything I talk about. But they say that Hawaii is the heart chakra of the earth.
Okay.
So I feel like when you do go to Hawaii too, like the island really calls you there if that's what you're like looking for. And you could just feel it. I don't know, like you just stand in the grass and you can like everything feels alive. Like the plants just feel alive, and you could just hear the animals all the time. It's amazing. I love it there.
Yeah. Where would where would you live if it wasn't Colorado?
Um, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I feel like I want to live in Mexico. We have um, some family out there, and I feel like I want to.
In Mexico?
Hmm. And I think I would maybe start. I don't know. I kind of have dreams of having places in a few different locations. No, but I haven't quite figured out where I want to go because I like we recently went to Seattle, and it was awesome. But I took my girls with me by myself, and I've never been there, so like not knowing where to go, and it's a different city, right? It was like a little bit draining, but and because I missed our flight on the way back, and so that was a whole nother situation. But when I
Missing a
got
flight?
home,
Yeah, I would hate to miss a flight.
yeah, and then I couldn't get home until Monday, so like 2 days
Oh
later.
fuck! You
With
ever missed a flight, Christina? Jeez.
yeah, Miss Free Spirit. But I swear to you, I thought I was 2 hours early, and then I walked in. I thought my plane was leaving at 9:48. I don't know how. I think I mixed it up with another flight that I have in a couple weeks of the timing.
And it was
I
at
don't know. It was
7:40.
at 7:48, and I was like, oh my god.
Do they like give you a new ticket, or you have to buy another one?
Well, here's the thing: is I was flying home on Frontier, and that was their last flight out, so they had already left. And if you've ever tried calling them on the phone, it's like nearly impossible because it's all AI, and it's like it won't let you talk to someone live. So I had to wait till the next morning and go back to the
Oh,
airport.
that's shitty.
It was, yeah, it was
And so you had
crazy.
to buy another ticket?
I had to buy another ticket. It was like,
Damn, nigga, I missed my flight. Clearly, like, I'm not on the plane. Just give me another ticket, bro. Half off at
yeah, I was
least.
like asking somebody, and like the only person who helped me, like this older gentleman, and he was like, they went home. Like, there's nothing you can do. And I was just like with my kids, and I'm trying to be like
Fuck.
strong mom. Like, it's okay. We're gonna figure this shit out. But I wanted to cry. I was just sitting there with my hood on, like, oh my god, okay, what do we do next? Like I said, I have to micro my tasks. So I'm like, okay, what's next? You have your kids, you have all your luggage, you're tired, hotel. Okay,
Mm.
Lyft, just take me to a hotel. And that was that. And then it was a whole nother thing the next day. But like,
Oh, that would fucking fuck me up. But if I miss my flight, not only miss my flight, I show up 2 hours late, like thinking I'm early and on time. And that motherfucker said, "Oh, they've been left. They probably already landed by the time you get to the airport. They landed at the other airport." I
uh,
would be so pissed. I wouldn't even want to go home, bro. I'm just gonna sleep at the airport, dog.
no,
Like,
we did. So we literally did. Like, no, we got a hotel the first night. And then I told you I had to go back to the airport to get the freaking ticket. So we took another lift back to the airport. By that
all
time,
this extra money, nigga. I would
they're
have been
like
so pissed.
Monday morning at like 6 a.m. So they're like, the earliest you could check in is 3 a.m. My kids are like, let's just stay here. We'll just wait.
Damn.
We'll just wait. And we waited. We waited. Like, we walked to Denny's, but we waited from like 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. to check into the airport. And they wrote it out, though. Like, they were good.
Yes,
I was
that's
the one
definitely
that was
a
like,
story to tell right there. That's a family story right there for sure.
for real, like I was good, and then there was just this one moment that I finally sat down on the floor and like was finally trying to relax, and I
Mm,
just put my hood on. And I started crying, and
mm,
my knees like this, and my kids are like, "You're okay." I was like, "I'm good. I just needed to let it out." But that's the thing that I'm learning to teach them is that like it's okay to cry.
100%.
And like I didn't have that growing up at all. It was like, you don't
Uh,
fucking cry. You look weak. Like, never let them see you sweat, kind of thing. And so I'm like, I got it together, but I need to let it out. If not, I will lose my
yeah.
mind.
Yeah, you definitely gotta cry. I try to get at least one cry a month.
It's
But not on some
okay.
sober shit. I only cry. Well, not only cry, but I try to just get a good cry off the mushrooms.
Same, and
Yeah.
that's why that has been so helpful for me too. Because I don't, I have a hard time crying just
Mm.
on a regular. So like the mushrooms do help
Yeah.
with that good release.
Most definitely. Definitely. Okay, so go back to the cocaine. How does cocaine make you feel? Not like you personally, but I mean, you can give me like a personal answer. But like, what does cocaine do to the body? Like,
I feel like it's just really numbing. I don't know. I guess it affects different people different ways.
I hear the high isn't that long.
It's not, and I think that's why you do so much of it, because you're like chasing it, chasing it, chasing it, chasing it,
I,
plus
I gotta tell
chasing
you.
it with alcohol. And then like if you're a heavy drinker, I think that's where it comes in. If you're a heavy drinker, which I always have
Mm,
been because it runs in my blood, literally, so I've always been able to drink a lot. And then I hit a point where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of fucked up, so
mm.
I'm gonna do a bump. And now I'm like back to even, so now I can drink more. And it's like,
Okay, wait. So when I get drunk, I just want to go to sleep.
no.
So there's some people out there that get drunk and take a bump, and then it sobers them up or evens them out.
Hmm.
You know about this too? Yeah.
I did my first.
Even out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And when you grow up Hispanic too, like, bro.
Both your parents are your parents Mexican?
Well, my dad, yeah, basically yes. I have family from Spain
Mm,
here, but essentially,
I got you.
we're like native. My grandmother was native, so like it runs heavy on both sides, like
Mm,
from the native blood, the Spanish blood, Mexican, like all. And yeah, you do when you grow up, like like partying and drinking is a normal thing. The only difference for me though is like I grew up religious also, so it wasn't
mm.
as like,
Now, what is religious? Because I'm from the Bible Belt, so like, what does religious look like? What does growing up religious look like in Colorado?
well, I don't know, probably different for everybody, but I actually grew up Jehovah's Witness,
Mm,
and um, I just always had a lot of questions, like
mm,
since a really young age, and it was always like, if Jehovah wanted you to know, you would know, and it's like, what? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And why are you telling me that like this God that loves me is gonna punish me for being who I am? And I was like, on a young age, like, no, this doesn't make any sense. Somebody make
mm,
it make sense. So like I rebelled a lot. And so like the more they try to like contain me, I rebelled more. So I, like, and it
mm,
was just like growing up with, so like the drinking and stuff was like a little more secretive until I got to like an age where I was like 13 and I was outside of the house a lot. And then like my dad stopped going to church. And at that point, he was just drinking very openly.
mm. Now, was this
And
like beer or like alcohol or like
both.
alcohol? Okay,
Like, and like, yeah. So he would get
or liquor?
drunk and
Excuse me.
I would leave. Like, I would sneak out of the house.
You was partying?
I would party. It was a fucking terrible life when you look back at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is that here in Colorado too, and like our house parties. I don't know how house parties were when you grew up, but
Mm,
like there was 100 people at a house party, like Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday every
mm.
weekend. Like our house parties were insane, and it was a lot of drinking, a lot of just drugs, and a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds about right. Um, House parties kind of died like 2014, 2015 for us because people just started shooting. That's when people stopped fighting and people just started shooting instead. But I graduated high school 2010, so between the first 4 to 5 years, house parties definitely were a vibe. I don't know about hundreds of people. I don't know if you can put 100 niggas in a house and make sure everything goes smooth. So I don't know about 100, but we had some cool ass vibes. Um, I don't know, like we did a lot of yeah. I don't know if they were doing drugs. I didn't start smoking weed till 19. So people were doing drugs. It was just oblivious to me, or I was oblivious to it. Um, but yeah, after that, I stopped going to house parties because it just wasn't safe anymore. Like, bring back safe house parties. I'm just trying to vibe out, chill.
Right, and that's why we do what
It's
we
like
do
I don't mind the
now.
fight. We can, that's cool. We can get back to it. But once y'all start shooting, I'm finna go home. Like I'm finna go home, bro. I remember I took my little brother to a house party one time and they started shooting, and I was like, no, I'm never taking him out again. Cause I
Yeah,
don't mind being around some ratchet shit, but like I would just hate for my brother to get hurt around some shit
yeah,
like that. So I stopped taking him and stuff, and then eventually I just stopped going and shit.
yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
am so glad that like I have kids that don't like to do any of that stuff. Like they like
no
to stay
violence.
home and
They'll be throwing them hands.
no, they are nothing.
Well, you know what I thought? I think people don't like to fight because people don't want to get recorded and put on internet.
For
But think
yeah,
about it. Think about the
that's
years
true.
between like 2006 to like 2014. About how many like that was YouTube was only fight videos and then the twerk team.
Mm.
That's all. That's all YouTube was at the early stages. Like just random ass weird videos, fight videos, and then just twerking. Um, and it's like I think people just stopped wanting to get beat up and put on the internet. I really think because I'm like, where did the switch happen? Why did everybody just want to shoot first now? And I'm like, people don't want to get recorded getting beat up, bro. Like,
That's
and
actually
you want to be on the
a
internet
good
forever
point.
getting your ass beat. I don't think people wanted that anymore, so they just started shooting. Cause I'm like, damn, nobody wants to just fight first. I get if you get beat up and then you go back to shooting, cool. But you just go straight to shooting, nigga. Like, just throw the hands. Just throw the hands first. No, you just want to start shooting first, bruh. Because nobody wants to get beat up and put on camera no more. Because that
Makes
like
a lot of
that ruined. Like I
sense.
remember, I know, bro. There's still people to this day that got beat up on camera, and that's just what they're known. That's just what they're known for. It's like, oh, I remember you, bro. You was that nigga that got beat up on the camera, bro. Under the steps in the freshman building, bro. You that guy that got beat up, and that's just who your reputation. I think people got tired of that. People just said, no, you're not finna beat my ass. I'm finna just take this murder charge.
Oh my
Like, bro, what kind of thinking is that?
no, it's really crazy. I got
People don't
like
want to fight no more.
this young ass kid pulled a gun on me at the stoplight like last summer by my house.
Sheesh.
And like they were just I was going too slow, but there I have a low car and there's a bunch of potholes, so I'm going slow and
Mm.
they're getting pissed off. So I ended up like pulling off to the side and I'm just like, go, like that out the window, like go. And then we pull up to the stoplight. He said, like starts or she starts talking shit and like instigating me too is like, bitch, what? I let you pass me. And then he's like, you want to die today, bitch? And I'm like, nope.
Why did it
What?
have to why did it have to escalate to this point?
Like, nah. I was like, oh, for real? For real. Okay.
I understand that we get desensitized generation to generation, but it's gonna get to the point where the generation is not. There's gonna be a generation that doesn't feel a goddamn thing.
I I
That
know.
just it's just like everything is just like literally just a game, or just like life isn't just. I don't know, but it's gonna get a little scary because we're a little bit more desensitized than our parents. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like it's just gonna continue on. So it's like, damn, what about that generation that really doesn't give a damn?
Right. Exactly.
Like, bro, what type of shit are we gonna be seeing? Um, how do you feel about virtual reality stuff?
Um.
No, what? Let me ask this. Not even talking about that. How do you feel about AI in
Well,
the CGI world?
I mean, I feel like AI is a useful tool. I feel like it's great for a lot of things. Does it scare me a little? Sure. You know. Um. But I feel like it's evolve. Like we have to kind of evolve with it and use it. I feel like, but it kind of gives us this chance of like what, because you know how like if it does take over all these jobs and everything,
Mm,
what's left is human connection. I feel like that's where like the ones of us that are like really pushing connection with each other in community still, I feel like that's where we kind of gain our strength because we have to like try to make that what's left at the end of everything. But I feel like we have to grow with AI. I think it can. I feel like we can use it for a lot of healing tools in a lot of different ways. You know, so I think it's just kind of again like one of those things. Of course, like there's a good and bad use for everything, right? When you think about whose hands it is and what the intentions are behind it, I
mm,
feel like that's kind of inevitable in our world, no matter what era we're in. So.
yeah, because we've been living in a world where technology has been taking jobs. Because it used to be somebody's job to run an elevator,
Mm.
but then they figured out how to make it automatic where we can just push a button. So now that job was gone. It used to be somebody's job to be an alarm clock. Like somebody had the responsibility to come into your house and knock on your window to wake you up.
That's crazy.
That used to be a job.
That's
That used to
crazy.
be a real fucking job, dog.
Right. I'm
But I
like,
mean,
damn, I never really
that was the
even thought
time.
about that, but that's like,
So
damn.
so we've lived in a world where technology has been taking jobs. But I think
Mhm.
now it's just fucking sped the hell up. It's going
Yeah.
like hella fast. Every year there's some new shit that's coming out. And I'm the believer that whenever we as citizens get shit, the people above us have at least had it for 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
So like I
Totally.
think when people see this, I think another thing too, I love to say this, like I think when people see these pictures and all this shit online and be like, oh man, AI is crazy, we have to understand that we're not looking at AI, we're looking at CGI that AI has created.
Right.
And I think that narrative hasn't been pushed. That I think a lot of us are kind of unaware of what AI actually is. We think a picture of some animated shit is just automatically AI, and it's like, no, we've been looking at CGI shit. Like, it's just a computer generated image. What AI is, it's literally just in a sense of brain. That's what we have to pay attention to. So if you want to be scared about it, be scared. If you want to be excited about it, be excited about it. But just know that, like, when you're seeing just this shit that goes viral and it's AI, we're not looking at AI. We're looking at CGI that AI created. So we have to be a little bit more specific about what we're looking at. But that narrative isn't pushed, and I wonder why. I think they're trying to like trick us on some shit. I think they're trying to really like Chat GPT is AI. But like when shit on the internet, like on Instagram, when people are doing all this whatever, that's just CGI. Like that's always been possible. This
Right.
AI shit is really what's been taking over. And I think I just saw a stat the other day. Chat GPT gets more hits than Wikipedia on a daily basis. Think about that, bro.
Yeah.
We as humans go to Chat GTP more than Wikipedia now. We believe and trust Chat GTP more than fucking Wikipedia. I think the world's gonna get really interesting. I really want to see how the next election is going to be, because the next election is also the Olympics, and the Olympics will be here in the States. That like 2028 is going to be a very interesting year. I also want to see how 2050 is going to be. I don't know. I tell people all the time. I think we are going to be the humans that get to experience living like long periods of time. I think they're going to come out with the technology or the medicine or whatever to like keep us alive. Because I think the elites already have that shit, but I think by the time we all get like 70, 80, I think some shit would be out where it'd be like, hey, we can prolong your life if you just da 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 da, whatever variable it's gonna be. But I think we're gonna be able to see that shit. Because just think about it now. It's 2025, right? I was born in 1992. We've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of shit in my 33 years. So just imagine another 60 years what you're possibly gonna see.
For real.
So I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I think we're gonna see some shit. I think we're gonna see like the human that's living to like 125, 150. No conspiracy. I think we're gonna see that.
But
Say it. Talk that shit.
perspective.
Hmm.
Do you think that like expansion of life is because it will be some kind of technology that we already have, or like again, I always come back to like, like in a spiritual sense, I feel like we are kind of coming into this like golden era time too, which is like known, to cycle over so many years.
Mm.
And so I also feel like that's another part of like why we're going to be, because we're also like doing a lot more to like take care of our bodies
Mm.
now. And so I feel like that also plays a big part in that too, which I do feel like that's what we're going to see.
Yeah. So what do you think the average age? Or how old do you think we're gonna be? How old do you think we're gonna see?
I think kind of like what you said. I feel like, yeah,
125.
yeah, I be
Sheesh.
feeling like that
But
too.
not looking like you're 125.
Right. That's where I feel like maybe we'll have some type of, the technologies to be like stay looking good without, putting poisons in our body, I hope.
Sheesh.
Oh, interesting times. It's crazy
It's
when
very interesting. Elon Musk sold Twitter to his AI company. Did you guys know that?
know.
Think about that. He sold Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, to his own AI company. So Twitter's not even ran by like a human anymore. It's getting wicked out here.
It's crazy.
You know, somebody dropped a conspiracy on me the other day, and I thought it was interesting. Remember that clip of all those police officers at that mall in Miami, and they thought it was like an alien in there.
Yes.
They said they think that was all AI, or they think that was all like a fake story. And I
Mhm.
said, oh shit, because there was no follow up with the shit.
No,
There
yeah,
was
it was
no other
nothing.
reports. There wasn't anything. It was
Yeah.
just a clip of all those police officers outside or
Right.
police cars. It wasn't really nothing to it. And I'm like, oh dog, what if that shit really was a lie? What if they really just tricked all of us in thinking that was some real shit? And I'm like, bro, they probably been playing with us for a long
Yeah.
time.
Like at this point, who even knows
Somebody
what's
even gave me
real?
the theory that the second plane in 9/11 wasn't really there. That was all computer generated. And I said, well, if you go back and look at the live broadcast of the news while that happened, a lot of the broadcasters didn't say anything about a second plane. They just said the second building is falling. So I'm
Mm.
like, damn, I've never even because I was fucking 9 or like yeah, so I didn't really know shit about that. But I'm like, that is wild because like if you're a newscaster and you're seeing some shit, you're gonna say what you see. And there's some instances of them saying that the second building is falling. They never said that a second plane hit it. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh shit. I never even thought about that theory, bro. Like, I don't know. 9/11 is his own conversation for real. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many conversations about that. But I guess we'll never know. Shit. Maybe I don't know. We might know.
We
I
might.
don't know. Like I know a lot of people hate Trump, but I think he's the type of person that just will just release all the files about everything.
Well,
And just be like, here, take all the information, citizens.
and I feel like again, I was having this conversation with my daughter, but I feel like Trump is like he has to be here right now. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like
He's
he's a part of the whole awakening of everybody, and
he's
like
dismantling. He's not like I don't
exactly.
know if you guys know about the families and the bloodlines, but he's not part of the bloodline. He's not part of the family. He's not part of the gang. So I think his thing is he's kind of like JFK, bro. He's got the bread. And that's what got him in. He's got the bread. I think at the end of the day, Trump, yes, you can hate him. He talks a lot of shit. He's racist, cool. But I think he's the one we need to dismantle all of this shit and then build it right back up.
Exactly.
Because if we just keep bringing in the same people, we're gonna just be living the same bullshit. But if you bring in somebody that's gonna be like, you know what, fuck everybody, and just let him fuck up the system and let us just rebuild it, because we're living on a constitution and all this shit from like the 17 fucking or the 1600 or 17 what 76 is when America became a place. I don't know when. I think that was when the Constitution was wrote too. So we're living on some shit that's like 400 years old. Why are we living on those same rules? We need to just tear all of this shit down. I think this is I tell people all the time. We missed our opportunity as citizens to really fuck up the system during COVID. I think that
Mhm.
was our opportunity to
It-
fuck everything up.
yeah.
But I think they gave us some stimulus and we all shut up.
Yeah, for real.
I swear that was our time to really
I know. I
do
think
some
back.
shit.
I think back, and like I guess everything plays out the way it needs to. But I like that's kind of when I started my brand because I started making fashion masks because I was like, well, I want a mask that matches with every outfit. And
Mm,
my homegirl was like, we should do like the ones that are cute, And I'm like, bitch, yes. Started sewing chains anyway. But so like I started doing something creative again because I had all this time. But I look back and I'm like, man, if I would have like really fucking just went full force during COVID,
that was our
sheesh,
time.
it would have been like perfect,
That was our
But
time to be like, fuck the establishment, fuck these companies, fuck everybody.
for real,
And we all just should have band together and just turned up. But
yeah,
they gave us some stimulus, and he was like, we'll just kick back. Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, unemployments and like niggas was just posted up chilling.
yeah,
And I don't blame you like shit, but it's like, damn, we missed our opportunity to really like turn up. Like, fuck.
yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Like, I think, I really think the next election is going to be pretty interesting because Trump can't run again, right? Because this would be his second term. So you can't run 3 times. I think that's what the rules are. Excuse me.
Mm,
I think he would be the type of guy to try to change it, right? Is he really active? He's actively trying to change it.
I can't. Yeah.
I wouldn't be
I
surprised, but
wouldn't.
like, He's trying to just stay put. It's gonna be a little family
Oh
thing.
my
But the thing is, it's like he's not he's not one of them, bro. Like, yeah, he's an elite, but he's not part of the family. That's why, yeah, he's just not part of the family, bro. Like, I don't know if you ever know that all the presidents are kind of related to each other. Um, like even Obama is like Bush's like I don't know second or third cousin. Either way, they're all kind of part of the family. But Trump is not part of the family. He's not part of the bloodline. He just had the bread, and that's how he's in where he's in. So I'm like, damn, like, but it's crazy because he's like, if you look at all the presidents that have been assassinated, they're the ones that aren't part of the family. They're not part of the bloodline. I was like, damn, did they try to assassinate Trump before this term is over? But you know, if I think if they assassinate Trump, if it's domestic, if it's a domestic assassination, that's one thing. But if it's international, I think we immediately go into war.
god.
Even if we're not into, even if we're in war now, I think it'll be known that we're in war.
Yeah.
If an international person, a terrorist, killed our president, no matter how you like or hate our president, like our president's got shot.
Right.
Like he's
Exactly.
literally the leader of our military, and we're all in these battles or conflicts with all these other countries. If I'm China and I just find out America's president just got hit, I'm immediately attacking
Oh my
because you
god.
guys are
Yeah.
discombobulated.
For
Like America don't know how to do shit. We as Americans, like I fuck with us, but like fuck. if
yeah.
if
Oh
like I
god.
tell people now, if you're a country and you wanted to go to war with America, all you gotta do is just turn off our power, and we as citizens would fuck each other up.
Oh yeah.
Like you turn off our power, like we have no light. That means our fridge doesn't work. We have no food.
Mhm.
We can't like use no water and like nothing. Bro, we as citizens would fuck each other up in 6 days.
Oh yeah.
We wouldn't need like as China or Germany, any of them countries wouldn't even have to come over here. Because first of all, our military is too strong. You're not setting foot in America. All you gotta do is just turn off our power or turn off our Wi-Fi. One of the two. Just do one of them, and like I tell you, in a
Literally.
week we would be fucked. What? Turn off the Wi-Fi?
Really? Wow.
Sheesh. Right.
Wow.
Oh fuck.
Woo. Oh my god. Dang, that is crazy. You know what? I've been watching. It's like how you're talking about with the kids too. With they don't know how to live without Wi-Fi.
They don't, bro.
These kids, they
I
don't.
work a summer camp, and there are
Mm,
kids that are 5, and I'm like, oh shit, you guys are COVID babies. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh shit, you don't even, your reality isn't even a mask. Mask is the past for you guys. By the time you realize what life is, stopped wearing masks. And I had to think about that. I said,
Right.
oh shit, you guys don't even know what Corona is. A
Wow.
payphone.
Mm,
Jeez. Like our kids, like you have a child, you have 2 kids. Like your kids probably don't know life without iPhones.
no, they don't know what life without a phone.
That's always been their reality. Bro, try telling your kids about waiting every Tuesday to watch a show.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and my
That's
daughter were talking about that. We're having to wait. But she likes to watch anime though. So like some of those like manga anime shows like they have to get translated into the English dub first. So we do have to wait a week to see it. And I'm
uh
like, oh, this is now you know. Yeah.
damn, but we've seen so much in our 20, 30 years.
Right. We live like a crazy era.
We have. We went from I mean, CD players, the MP3 players, the iPods, to like iPods aren't even sold anymore. To just straight iPhones with just music. Like,
Right?
bro, we've
Just
seen a lot.
all the
I
phones we
remember
went through.
going to get the first iPod because I'm a music guy. So, um, I remember like having a CD player where you can just have a certain amount of songs, cool. And then you got the MP3 player where you could have like 30 songs. Like, oh shit, I got a lot of songs on my shit. Then the iPod came out and it was 1,000 songs. I said, bruh, this is beautiful. And now we have shit where it's just unlimited. We
Yeah.
have an unlimited amount of just songs, bruh. Like, it's like, oh fuck. This shit is cool. Like the technology we've seen is crazy.
Bro. I remember having the cassette player, and my first
Oof.
tape was 112.
Oh jeez.
I'm like, later on, if you are free. I'm like on repeat. There's like 3 songs.
That was the time we had to record for your
You
voicemail.
have to rewind, and then it bursts up, and you're like,
Fuck.
have you been to the art museum, the '90s exhibit?
Not the 90s exhibit.
I'm pretty sure. Or no, it's the history museum, the Denver History Museum. I think it's still there, but they have a '90s exhibit, and they have like like a poem that Tupac wrote, and you're seeing all these things. They're like, damn, we're in a whole museum already. My kids are like, like playing with all this stuff, and I'm like, oh.
Mm. Damn, yeah, I never been there. I gotta pull up. Yeah, I'm so I don't know. I think 1992 is the best year in the world.
I would say '90, but
I don't know. I don't know.
literally started the '90s. I mean, come on, you can't.
I guess.
And the first month of the year, because I'm a Capricorn.
I don't know. I don't know what to say on that one. Um, you know what I find interesting? I don't think we'll ever go back to like a politician president. I think the more we go, the more like celebrity influencer
Mm,
type presidents we get. Now, do I think we're gonna always have a president? I don't know. But if we do go down the timeline where we just keep having presidents, we're done with like presidents that spent time in the military. We're done with presidents that like spent time in office. We're just gonna have who has the biggest pool,
yeah.
who has the biggest influence.
Yep.
Especially with like your age's kids growing up when they start voting. They don't give a damn about no motherfucking politician.
That's facts.
They're gonna care about who's the like, whatever, whatever. Like they're not caring about no politician. So I think it's gonna get really interesting, man. Like
Hmm.
America's an interesting place. Like outside of the government, like America's a beautiful place. The land is beautiful, like the sights is beautiful. Now the government and society and all that shit, okay, that's another conversation. But the land itself, I can see why people was living here before the Europeans came. It's a great land. You can get everything here. You know what I mean? You can see everything. Like it's pretty cool. Um, but the system's pretty lame.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is. I just had said that today too because of the whole Diddy trial and stuff, and it's like it wasn't surprising. It just is more proof of how shitty our system is and our justice system for domestic violence.
Mm.
And that was what my post was about because I've been seeing everybody sharing like Diddy walking is the reason we've never spoke up about shit. And I was like, but Diddy walking is the reason we need to scream now. Like we've come the farthest we've ever come as far as like
Wait, he walked?
supposedly I honestly don't even know everything behind it, but I know like a lot of his charges got dropped, and he basically
Mm.
getting
I mean, unfortunately, like people with the power and the bread, I kind of like felt like he wasn't. I felt like he was gonna get in trouble for sure, but I didn't feel like he was gonna get just like caught or get charged or get charged for everything he was getting accused for. Because it's like
Right.
he has a lot of pull. He's probably
Mhm.
have so much pull that the people that are like the judges and all of that probably used to go to his parties.
Exactly.
So it's like he
Exactly.
can't get in that much trouble, bro. Like, cause he's probably got so much fucking pull.
Mhm.
Well, what I really thought was gonna happen, I thought he was gonna get accused for some of the murders, like Tupac, Biggie. Like I thought he was. I thought that type of shit was gonna come out, but nothing like that came out. So I said, okay,
Yeah.
but like, huh? Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think P Diddy's responsible for somebody's death, whether his baby mama's death, whether
Definitely
Tupac.
multiple, you know.
Like, yeah, like he's a
So sure.
powerful person. But I've always had weird vibes about that man. I have weird vibes about Will Smith. Will Smith is weird as fuck to me, bro. Like, and he's been weird as fuck to me since like 2016. He's just been weird, bro. Like he just looks weird. I don't know about the whole cloning celebrity shit, but like
But it like you notice a point when they're like not the same.
they're not the same. And if something happened, it's like, bro, Will, like I just stopped fucking with Will Smith like at least about 10 years ago. Something about him just is weird, bro.
Yeah. Like I remember knowing when Drake went really weird before the whole world did. Because I was like a diehard Drake fan forever.
Drake
And
went real
then
probably like what 2016, 17.
yeah, yeah, literally like
That's when he
right
went on
around
that
there, I
world tour.
remember I had a
Hmm.
dream about Drake. It was weird. Like I promise you, it sounds crazy, but like I had a dream that Drake sold his soul to the devil, like straight up.
A
And the
hundred
next
percent.
day, I was working at like FedEx office. Like I used to do prints, so I was like printing. Some girl brings me a canvas to print of Drake, and I'm like, I literally just had a dream with this man last night, and I was like, oh no, yeah, see, I do it.
Yeah,
I knew
bro.
it. He's not the same. And then
He's
yeah, he
not
went
the
to the
same, but
devil.
he went on that world tour. I tell people now, like Future is only really popular because Drake took him on tour. Future
Right,
really just been like straight American popular, but Future is like global popular because of Drake.
right.
But it was around that time where like Drake started to change, like that 2015, 16 timeline. That's when like the music industry started to get really fucking weird,
Oh yeah.
like super weird, bro.
I always like when like talk with people who are in the music industry. I'm always asking them questions too, like just to be nosy, because I've
Yeah,
experienced some weird shit around the music industry myself, and I'm just like,
it's they're dealing with a different type of energy and entity over there, man. The people
real,
that are running this shit, they're not. Yeah, they dealing
right?
with some different type of powers, dog.
Exactly. That's why I wanted so bad. Like when I started doing my events and everything, like with Raptor Tea Party, was like me really using music to, like showing this different side of healing music and frequencies and like with sound bowls, but like still we want to heal, but I still want to shake ass. Like at the end of the day, because shaking ass is healing, right? So I'm like, there's no reason we can't do both. But if we just like push this more conscious way of, you know, the music industry, and I feel like there is a lot of like more conscious artists now,
Mm,
but it's just definitely like weird, like you said, a whole different entity because of how powerful the
yeah,
influence of music is. It's
super
crazy.
powerful. Um, yeah. Anything else you want to cover for the show?
Um,
You want to let the people know how they can find you, your businesses, your
yes.
partnerships, your friends, all that shit. Let them know.
Absolutely. I would. You can find me personally at Divinely Bossed Up on Instagram or the brand at unapologetic underscore worldwide. So that's my brand. We do a lot of community driven events. We're actually hosting an event on July 26th. It's a
Okay.
community art sale. We're gonna have a lot of really cool stuff like designer bags, jerseys, and like a free section, dollar bins um, in Inglewood at Chula's on Broadway. And the proceeds, portion of those proceeds, are coming back to what we're doing for our next project, which is starting a nonprofit.
Mm.
that will be supporting domestic violence survivors and single parents and using things like arts and music as, forms of healing from trauma. I want to start being able to like give other kids, especially single parents, because I'm a single parent and it's always been very hard for me to put my kids in like music lessons and art lessons, so I want to be able to give back that way to the community. And that's about it.
Yeah. All right. This is Flex on the Radio, guys. The Puff Responsibly Show. Good interviews, good vibes. I just like to talk to cool people. Like to smoke a little weed, drink a little bit, just have some good conversation. Um, what do we have coming up next? August 16th, we got Burgers and Blunts here at the crib. Getting ready for football season, so we're gonna make burgers all day, smoking, vibing, chilling. So come through, come smoke, come get on the podcast, come get some shirts. Um, Finally selling shirts for Puff Responsibly, so come get your shirts. I know people have been asking, and I've just been telling them to wait. We've been pushing the flannels. The flannels have been doing pretty well, but we've been asking for or they've been asking for t-shirts. So August 16th, come to the crib. We'll have burgers all day. I'm probably making some Philly cheesesteak. I'll probably make some lasagna so we can eat some good food all day, smoke. We'll have a couple of different dispensaries, bring some weed. So we'll be chilling, man. August 16th, come through, pull up, bring a drink. We'll have the cameras going. We got the photographers going. Um, we'll probably start early that day. Probably start like 10 a.m. The pool will be open. Y'all can come kick it at the pool and shit. It'll be a nice little day, man. August 16th. Other than that, we don't really got no updates. I mean, after that, like football season starts, so every Saturday, at least when Colorado has a home game, we'll be in Boulder. So y'all can pull up on us in Boulder. Um, we'll probably do a podcast somewhere on campus. So let us know. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good year. It's my second year here in Colorado, enjoying it. It's my second summer, but this will be my third fall. So I feel like I'm getting part of the community. I got myself a bike, so I'll be riding my bike all the time.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love
so I feel like I'm getting close to all I need is a dog now, and I can be a Colorado person.
it.
Get myself a dog, I'll be good to go.
Yes. I
Um,
love dogs.
but other than that, we're gonna sign out. Check us out on TikTok, Flex Center Radio. On Instagram, you can find us on puffresponsibly.tv. YouTube, you can check us out on Flex Center Radio. Spotify, the Puff Responsibly Show. But it's all there. You just find us whatever you're into. We're there. And again, we're not about the views and the clicks. We're just about bringing people together and just having a good time and vibing and chilling, expressing who they are. A little bit of self love talk, a little bit of fitness talk, a little conspiracy talk, and we just chill out. That's it, man. Like if you try to chase the views and the clicks, man, you get sad when the shit don't hit. So for me, I just try to have a good time in real life.
Nice.
You know what I mean? We turn the camera on cool, but like in real life, I want to have a good time. So, we're going to keep it going. I don't get disappointed. We get 2 views or 200 views. I don't care. I'm just having a good time with the homies. So, again, this Flex Center Radio, Puff Responsibly Show. I go by KC. Let them know who you go by.
I'm Amber, divinely bossed up, unapologetic worldwide. Oh, check out our website so you can learn more about the brand and what we do at www.uwbrand.com.
All right, peace out. We'll probably post some clips up about this soon, and then got another podcast to do, and then 4th of July is tomorrow. You guys be safe. I'll probably post some clips up tomorrow, but yeah, or today, I don't know how to talk about this shit. Either way, you guys be safe. I, People blow off their fingers every weekend when 4th of July is on a weekend, so please keep
Don't
all.
drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. Don't blow up your hand. Be safe. Stay at the crib if you're too drunk. It's cool. Just stay at the crib. Have a good time with the family. It's okay. But be safe. Enjoy yourself. It's a 3-day weekend. People probably got paid, so make sure your rent is paid. But go out and have a good time. And That's really it. All right, it was a good
All
time.
right.
Hell yeah. That was good. Good episode.